Alright, so Openkneeboard is up. We're just gonna do a cold and dark and go through a full flight as I would if I was using Openkneeboard. I can't see it yet, just yet. It's got to be on the screen. It's got to be the focus screen for it to be active. So as soon as I get the helicopter started up, I can we can get it on the active window. Luckily, this helicopter starts up pretty quick. I mean, you can just roll through everything, not have to wait for anything to really get going. All right, so now we'll just swap to that. And now Openkneeboard is working. Just type something in there. So just to make sure. All right, it's working on YouTube and it's working in my headset. Now Openkneeboard generally crashes for me in DirectX 12, but this is the latest version. I don't know when it was released, but we're gonna test it out. I'm definitely gonna have to change its placement if it does work. I have it in a location where it's kind of just blocking stuff, and also in a location that's not ideal for these aircraft. Alright, let's get going here. So I can see YouTube chat for now, for as long as this works. And the sim is up, hopefully. And hopefully it doesn't crash. You know, it's a fairly popular game. I would imagine that they would, you know, make sure it kind of works with it. Especially since it was developed for flight sims, right? Openkneeboard, it's a kneeboard. For VR specifically, but for DirectX 11. DirectX 12 has always been spotty. Well, actually, I don't think it's ever worked with any kind of, like, for more than like 10 minutes or so. It generally always crashes. DirectX 11 is fine. I can use it all day long with Microsoft Flight Sim and DirectX 11, 2020 that is, and Assetto Corsa, but Microsoft 2024 is DirectX 12 only. So the last time I checked, it did crash. So I just have to remember to switch if I use anything in the cockpit, press any buttons or use the mouse at all to do anything, I have to make sure the window for Openkneeboard is, or the chat window is up and focused in Windows. Because if it's not focused, it won't update, and I won't see what's going on in the chat, which defeats the whole purpose of it. But I just got to keep it in mind. I have it set for always be on top, but it still doesn't work when I focus in on the sim. I just figured I'd fly this Sobo helicopter because I know how it handles. I know how fast it is. I know how fast it is to start up. so we can just go through the full cold and dark and take off. And also, I know generally where this likes to crash. If I make it to San Francisco, that'll be longer than most flights when I'm testing Openkneeboard, which is about 10-15 minutes from here. Not even, maybe 10 minutes. So yeah, this usually crashes within the first 20 minutes, 15, with Openkneeboard on. When it's not on, it's generally fine. And it'll crash the sim. Or VR or something, I don't know what it does, but I'm also no longer on the beta. I stuck with it for as long as I could, but it started getting a little way too buggy and crashy, and the bug fixes didn't make up for all the new bugs. I'm running pretty lean as well. I'm just running that YouTube chat window and then and the sim. I usually have music playing, but figure we'll not overload it right now. Not that playing music would overload it, but I'll just try to eliminate all the variables for the crashes. Generally speaking, I can play music and have the game be fine. Absolutely fine. Because it's just honestly like, how big is a music program in memory, you know, and processing power, not a lot at all. Fucking Winamp, an iPod Nano can do it. Like my, you know, multi-$1,000 computer can play music at the same time as running the sim. Alright, it's about halfway to San Francisco now. Everything's fine so far, nothing weird. Looks great. Yeah, and it would be really nice if Openkneeboard worked in 2024, because now I've got pretty decent streaming quality and movement. I mean, it still stutters a little bit in the stream, but everything in the headset's fine, and it looks pretty good on the stream, so it'd be nice to be able to see YouTube chat if I'm going to be streaming this a little bit more. I wonder if I can have a separate profile for like window placement per game. That would be nice too. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Let's just see if it fucking works for any extended period of time. Do a quick little time of day change. Alright, so now it is unfocused, the chat window. Just gotta remember to Alt-tab it back to the forefront. There we go. Keep it focused. And honestly, I think that actually takes care of the mouse situation as well. Keeping the mouse somewhere that it's not interfering with the screen or the video. I mean, it might even disappear from the window. No, it doesn't. Alright, well, we'll keep it there for now. Just to make sure it's focused on the chat window and not the game. Well, so far so good. No weird issues, and I'm still in the game, flying around. San Francisco is in my sights. We've never made it there with Openkneeboard and DirectX 12. Never. And what's actually kind of difficult is that if it crashes, I mean, I still have to test it a few more times because it could be a window, could be just the sim crashing, which happens randomly. So, sometimes I can play for 2 hours, sometimes I can play for 10 minutes, and it'll crash, so it's kind of hard to tell. If it's going to be Openkneeboard this crash, or if it's a Windows or a flight simulator crash, just run-of-the-mill crash. It looks great though. I can see Windows YouTube chat now, guys. If anybody's watching, everybody wants to say hello or what up or whatever, I can see that now. Well, right now anyway. Like I said, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Openkneeboard is working for now. For now, it is working. That's how much I was pushing down on the joystick for control, but I mean, it wasn't that bad. But as soon as you let go of it, it's like, whoops, no trim, very little trim anyway. Alright, we are increasing speed quite a bit. Let's lay off the throttle a little bit, or the collective rather, and then try to trim her out and slow her down a bit more. Well, alright. I think this is officially the furthest I've ever gone with Openkneeboard on with DirectX 12. So, hooray. But let's not count our chickens before they hatch. I don't think those words have ever come out of my mouth before. Alright. I might even turn on some music. Shit. But let's do our normal test. We'll land at Alcatraz. We'll fly around the city a little bit. Hopefully somebody will confirm my YouTube chat is working and say hello, or your videos suck, or whatever. You know, I don't care. A little wobbly in the terrain further down by Treasure Island over there. Ugh, DirectX 4, so good. Or not DirectX, DLSS 4. DirectX 12 is pretty good too, except it's a little unstable, I think, at times. But I think it's finally coming into its stride. It's been a minute. It's been out for a while, but not a whole hell of a lot of games were really using it. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't get a lot of the newer games anymore, but just, you know, the games I like or I know that are going to be good. I love the fact that I can still maintain 30 frames a second. There's like no artifacting right here, and I'm kicking up all this, you know, rotor wash, and it used to like grind my frame rate to a halt, and now, nope, everything's fine. Check, everything's good, no new messages, okay, everything should be okay. Although I need to turn on my nighttime displays and dashboard. Let's do that. Well, again, officially the longest I've been able to keep Openkneeboard up and running while not crashing the sim in DirectX 12. This is the longest flight I've ever had with Openkneeboard. Again, a set of course is fine, but that's DirectX 11, and I can stream with that and Openkneeboard for as long as I want. And it would be nice to be able to do the same with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Very smooth gameplay. Alright, so now that it seems to be working okay, which I'm glad I didn't give up on it and I didn't uninstall it. Well, I didn't uninstall it because of Assetto Corsa, but I didn't give up on it because I think eventually I knew it was going to be worked on for DirectX 12 and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 more specifically. So I'm glad it seems like it's working now, and I gave it a little time. And it is free. It's not like it's not like I can bitch about it because I didn't pay for it. You know, it's a free piece of software that somebody took their time and skill to create for us and then put it out for free and not even charge for it. So I cannot complain about, free awesome software that helps me out. I will more than happy to buy the guy a cup of coffee or whatever. Or a shot of whiskey but it took a good long time though, because I've been using Openkneeboard with Microsoft Flight Simulator, or at least attempted to use it with Microsoft Flight Simulator since 2020, about a year ago, I think. Well, no, maybe a little bit less, but I have been, using it with DirectX 11, but DirectX 11 really wasn't as good as DirectX 12 was for me in 2020. And now that 2024 is out and DirectX 12 is, mandatory, basically, I was like, yeah, he'll probably update it. He's going to have to if, people are going to use the software. Or if he's even going to use it, because I think he created it, so to solve a problem for himself, like he couldn't get a window up in VR. So he just made it, which I wish I had those skills. And shit. But it seems to be working okay. Yay. Seems to be working just awesome. And it's not interfering with the game at all. The game seems fine. Again, all I have to do is make sure the window is focused at all times, the chat window, and whatever window I'm using with Openkneeboard. And yeah, I'm good to go. And I'm streaming, so that's also a good sign. And it looks like the stream is pretty good, not mind-blowingly quality-ridden, but it's a decent representation of what's going on in my headset, outside of all the jittering when I'm talking. But alright, we're gonna land from the opposite direction this time, this way. We shouldn't get that hey, is it this direction? No, this is the right direction to land in. Alright, we gotta come in from the wrong direction, the opposite direction. Man, it is so nice coming in for a landing and having it just be smooth. Like, not hiccup, hiccup, stutter, stutter, and then smooth, and then stutter, stutter, and then smooth, and then you land. It's just smooth. Smooth, 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 and then you land. Much better this way. Alright, so from this direction it should be fine. Yep. Alright. Openkneeboard. Way to go. You did it. You made it work. Now, if only anybody would chat with me. I should get this thing down on my knee so I can look at it and without it blocking everything. But right now it's set up for a Assetto Corsa, but maybe we can set up a profile for each game. But for now, let's see if I can put it in a position where it's not going to interfere with all of my instruments or my view of, you know, the environment and all that. Covering up a window, which is basically what it's doing. Well, it's covering up a window, but it's also just covering up that big mirror on the right is where it is on my screen. Alright, so we'll just land it right back there on that helipad, and I'll start adjusting the window. So don't mind me while the VR screen will be going up and down. I'll be taking the headset on and off and looking at the 2D screen a lot because I have to configure it on 2D screen, but then see where it is and where it's going on my VR headset. So it's going to be a little weird for anybody watching, but hopefully it shouldn't take me too long. I'm going to try to position it so it's on the seat. You know what I mean? Like, so when I look down on the seat, I can see the chat instead of having it covering up anything that's in my regular plane of view. So, yeah, I'll just have to look down slightly like this, and I'll be able to see the chat box and clearly and see if anybody typed in anything. But, yeah, I'm going to start doing that right now. Just put this fucker down. Alright. So, now, I got to bring up the main Openkneeboard window, which is right here. Alright, so, and then we've got settings, right? Virtual reality, legacy, Steam VR support, OpenVR, OpenXR support for 64-bit games. Yes, yes. Oh, okay, so maybe that's what this is. Alright, so Openkneeboard 1, views, enabled in VR. Can we change that? What kind of view would you like to add? Horizontal mirror? No, I don't want to add another view. I just want to position it. Yeah, recenter name. Alright. Now, roll in degrees, yaw in degrees, pitch in degrees, left to right position. Let's see what this one looks like. Alright, that's left to right, literally. So we'll go all the way to the left. Alright, that's good. And then forward position. Go a little bit forward. Roll in degrees. Nope. That's good. And this guy. Alright, and then vertical position. Nope. The other way. There we go. Let's see how far down this goes. Not very. Damn it. Alright, so it's not going to go that far, so maybe I'll go the opposite way here. Let's see. is it so weird? Can I go to bindings? Whoa. How come this is... Let's do that and see what that does. Alright. There we go. Alright, now, hopefully. Oh no. And a crash. DXGI error. This is Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, this is usually the same error I would get. But we'll still say that this is okay, we'll call that a flight simulator crash because, you know, we've been in the game for a while now and I'm changing my settings, which I understand is can be an issue, but we'll continue with the stream and I'll be right back taking a short break. So that's still updating, so that's good. Let's see if Openkneeboard is still updating. Yep. back. We're all configured. Let's go into VR. And start up the sim here. Get you guys in the right whatever. Yeah, that can be minimized. YouTube stays up. Okay. Oh, actually, we're gonna have to press a couple buttons first over here, and then this and this. And what are we on? Clear skies right now? Fuck that shit. Let's do cinematic. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Or scattered. No, I'll do cinematic. Because I would change my mind on a regular flight lots of times. And then we'll go a little bit. There we go. Nothing too crazy. Alright. So, then we'll get this guy up. And we'll do a little of this. Okay, so it's in a weird place, but I can see it. I could adjust it a little bit more. Let's try to adjust it just a little bit more here. Just a little bit, and hopefully it doesn't crash again. Settings, VR. Okay, I don't think it's this one, right? Nope. It's not this one either. There we go. Perfect. So just that. Alright, just a little bit further up now. I think it's this button. Nope. Nope. There we go. Perfect. All right. All right, there we go. All ready to go. And hopefully, let's just double check the chat, make sure it's working. Yep, it is on. And that was just like immediate too. But then again, I'm sending it to myself, so who knows. I want to set the opacity too because it's a little bit too clear when I'm not looking at it. Because I gotta like literally bend over to take a look. I can glance at it, but I gotta pull my head down a little too low, I think. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine for right now. It's in a lot better place than it was before, that's for sure. And I think this might even work for Assetto Corsa as well, because I don't have to, it's just not covering up the screen or my view when I'm driving. But I do have to take my eyes off the screen to look at it, and that's what I didn't want to do in Assetto Corsa because it's so easy to crash if you're not looking for more than a second, you know? And for some reason, people like to write me a fucking novel when I'm streaming Assetto. And I have to like sit there and read this shit while being expected to drive and entertain them at the same time. Hey, what's up? What's the kneeboard do? The kneeboard, I am showing you what it's doing right now. I can see YouTube chat in my VR headset now. So what you're seeing in the corner of my screen, I have a little sort of opaque window that I can glance at. Like I'm glancing at it right now, and you sent this chat message at 8:07. And yeah, so that's what Openkneeboard does. It just basically lets you open up a window inside of the Reverb or OpenXR VR, and you can see things like YouTube chat or navigation charts, or even, I think if you get another version, like the paid version, you could actually even watch videos, like a browser video inside your VR. I used to do that when I had my Oculus Rift as well. I used to watch like a baseball game while I was playing in VR, like flying sim and shit. Anyway, what's up, man? Hey, by the way, I don't know if you got my message yesterday on YouTube, but I increased my resolution in the OpenXR toolkit by like a couple of hundred, or like 100 or so. Well, it's increased to like 104%, 103.7, I think, on the X and Y axis. So basically gives me more resolution, sharper image, but I'm still using the same, pretty much more or less the same amount of headroom and VRAM as before. So everything's still running fucking perfectly, but it's a much sharper, crisper pitch image. Yeah, so this way I don't have to keep peeking out of my VR headset to look at YouTube chat. I can just see it right here in my headset. So feel free to type away, because I'm actually testing it right now, like the title of my stream says. So feel free to type as much as you want. It's kind of the point. And also this way I can talk to people without having everybody and their mother join my Discord channel that I might not necessarily want in my Discord channel. You're fine, but you know, some other weirdos out there. It's Openkneeboard, by the way, not just kneeboard, it's Openkneeboard. It was created by a dude who was playing Flight Sim and he couldn't open up any other windows in his VR headset, so he made a program to make it to do it himself. It didn't really work with DirectX 11, or it didn't really work with DirectX 12 for a long time. Like I kept on crashing with it with Microsoft Flight Simulator, but with DirectX 11 it worked really well. But I hated DirectX 11 in Flight Simulator 2020. So when the new version came out, apparently it supports 64-bit and DirectX 12, so 64-bit games like this game and DirectX 12, and it's been working. I did have a crash earlier though, but that could have been, you know, fucking Microsoft Flight Simulator just crashing. But it's worked the longest it's ever worked in this game for me. It usually crashes within the first few minutes if it's not working, but I've been flying around for a few. Had one crash, but again, it was up for a lot longer than it ever was before, so I'm thinking it does work right now. But again, man, like I said, feel free to type stuff. Type in chat, it helps my testing. See, now you're making me type in the chat. Are you not listening to my stream? Yeah, see, it's working. I just have to make sure the chat window is up and focused on top of everything else on my windows. So alright, so you're just gonna type a message and then not respond. Gotcha. So every time I'm looking down, I'm looking at my chat window because I put it like where my knee would be, like literally a kneeboard. So that's why I'm looking down like that, seeing if anybody's responding to anything I'm saying or typing in chat, because so the new settings I have, not that you're probably even listening anymore, but you might be. The new settings I have for resolution do skew the mirror a little bit, like it stretches out the image a little bit on the mirror, but inside the headset, everything looks exactly the same. It's perfect, except sharper and clearer. So, I don't know, but it's running beautifully right now, the sim. And again, Openkneeboard's on, so that's a plus and helps out my stream. So I don't have to be such a noob in Skull Warrior. I've seen him before. I don't have to be such a noob streamer and not be able to see their YouTube chat in the stream that they're currently streaming, you know? I like to have everything working and working well. Open up Discord to see if this fool's in Discord trying to get a hold of me. Oh, there you go. God damn it. Keep skipping it. There it is. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, man. I was on the 2D screen anyway, but I see it in my VR headset. Thanks, dude. So yeah, it's a really helpful little tool for streamers and flight sim in general. I mean, you know, if you want to have a chart up or whatever fucking like browser window in VR, you can have one up. Now there's a bunch of them for Steam VR that work with Steam VR, but since I don't use Steam VR, I use OpenXR. They don't work for OpenXR. So it's been a pain in the ass trying to find something that was, one, free, and 2 worked well. So up until this point, it only satisfied one of those categories, being free. It didn't work very well, but now it seems like it's working great. So this guy's Skull Warrior, I've seen him before. Oh yeah, he's in the 225. That's why I see him as a airliner. But he flies with us in Joel's group, I think. Anyway, did you hear me about my increased resolution settings? You should try them. It's super smooth, just as smooth as before, but just with sharper images, sharper, crisper picture. Man, I should be able to see that 225. Some bullshit. I was flying the H-145 earlier. Worked pretty well. I did a couple of missions, like HEMS missions, and the smoke can get a little weird. Like, smoke signals and stuff get a little, like, geometric and buggy, but other than that, the missions worked well. Anyway, I am on Discord as well. If you are on my Discord channel, feel free to join my voice. If you're not on my Discord channel, maybe you could, answer a few lifestyle choice questions before I let you in there. Yeah, I'm gonna say Openkneeboard is a success right now because we haven't crashed. We've been flying around for, well, we'd have crashed. So we did crash once. It took about, I'd say I was in the sim for about a half an hour, but I do really think that was a Microsoft Flight Sim crash and not an Openkneeboard crash. But again, that's why we're testing. Testing. Thank you for typing testing. Again, I'm trying to have a conversation with you, Bear, but you just, Did you or did you not hear me about the resolution change? It should be evident in the stream as well. It should make the stream look a little bit better, even though, like I said, it does stretch it out a little bit. But other than that, it looks great. And I feel like there's less aliasing as well. There's less aliasing. There's less artifacts. It's clearer. And again, I'm still running with the same amount of headroom and the same amount of VRAM usage. So everything's running great. But, you know, whatever. If you're happy with your settings, then keep your settings. Yeah, man, that's what simulations are for, bro. Flying like a fucking lunatic. Little stutter there, just a tiny little bit. But it's been pretty fucking perfect so far. This is one of the easier helicopters to fly, like in the external view. Like all the other ones are just way too unpredictable for me. But I can fly this one pretty well outside. It's pretty stable once you get the trim all set. Oh, there's a crash. Damn it. Oh, fuck. Is it DXGI? Yep, it's the same DXGI crash. Oh, fuck me. Well, I'm gonna do one more test and see if we can get at least a 45-minute flight out of this fucking Openkneeboard. I don't know if it's Openkneeboard or not, but again, it could be a Microsoft Flight Simulator crash that's so unstable right now that it could be either one of the two programs or both. But we'll see what happens. Time for a cigarette. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, just, same old, putting the flight sim through its paces. It's always latency with you. Yeah, are you using the Quest? Is it all, Quest 3 stuff? Well, yeah, I couldn't tell you. Alright, let's, fly something else, I guess. Maybe I'll have a slightly better look. Uh-huh. Yeah, ah, shit. Fucking crashed just trying to pick a fucking plane. God damn it. See? You can't trust where my crash is coming from right now. Because the sim is so unstable. If the sim was more stable, I can be like, okay, Openkneeboard is crashing, but I can't tell which one it is yet. Yeah, you told me. Yeah. Oh, okay. Did you get another version, or did you fix it, the current version? How'd you fix it? Uh-huh. Right. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, yeah, just take the Copilot off and then everything's clickable? Nothing locks up? Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. Well, I still have the old one installed, so it doesn't really make a big difference for me right now. Hey, did you hear me when I was talking about the resolution change I made? Yeah. So if you use your G2 again, I don't know, but yeah, it made the image even more crisp and clear, and I'm still using the same amount of headroom and the same amount of VRAM, so frame rate's still rock solid. Yeah, it's working great. Yeah. Look at you. Look, I'm using common sense tools and stuff now. Alright, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette before this thing loads up because it's taking a minute, looks like. Stuck in. Am I stuck? No, I'm not stuck. Alright, I'll be back. Fucking crashed again, you stupid piece of fuck. God damn it. What's up? Are you gonna start flying or what? All right. Get my chair all locked up. All right. So I don't go sliding around. All right. Let's see if I can change my aircraft now. This piece of crap. I bet it crashes again. Huh? No? No? It's letting me scroll now, so that's cool. I'll go take that guy. Maybe I should time my flight. Yeah, let's start the timer. Although I think I press some of these buttons when I'm not. Shit. I have a timer on my throttle and I use it to time shit, and but I also have the same button I use for start and stop the timer bound to my landing gear. Let me shut off my audio here on my stream. Let me just actually shut that off completely. Ooh. All right. Man, those jets have gotten me spoiled, man. They're so easy to fly, and they're also like just so fast that every now I get into a helicopter or one of these warbirds, I'm like, fucking hell, slow ass piece of shit. Smooth takeoff. No stutters. Ooh, I have zero weather going on. Okay. Let's do something about that. See what I mean? My toolbar just comes up, bro. What are you doing? Oh, yeah, my toolbar just pops up whenever I need it. Usually. Not always, not always. But generally speaking, it works when I need it to. Oh, let me get that guy back. All right, I have to keep the chat window up in the forefront in focused, so it keeps updating in my headset. If it's not focused, it won't update, and I won't see any new chat messages. So that would defeat the purpose. I'm like overworking my engine here. There we go. RPM's at 2700. Yep. Yeah, the Corsair has made me learn not to beat my engine up. Even though the P51 won't blow up on you like the Corsair will. They definitely did like a level of detail work on the terrain and the terrain maps and the terrain LOD in the beta, because the beta is better looking. The terrain definitely is better looking in the beta, but just way too many fucking other bugs. No, I don't know. I don't believe so. I mean, who knows? I don't know. All sorts of weird shit happens with this sim, but I don't think that would make a difference. I don't think they did like network work. I mean, the optimizations on the server side to optimize the ground textures and everything else in the clarity of the game, I don't think I think it has to be an optimization done on their side, and it doesn't really affect. I mean, they're still working with the same amount of bandwidth. Like, we're all working with the same amount of bandwidth. They can't ask us for more bandwidth. You know what I mean? There's only a certain amount of bandwidth that the average user will be able to get through to their servers, so they have to make their optimizations work on their end, not on ours. So, you know, that's part of the reason why, you know, they went to this model, so we don't have to download so much and keep so much on our server, on our computers, rather. But then again, what do I know? Like, I'm not a fucking software engineer. I don't know how fucking this shit works. I am just a expert tinkerer at best. Oh, sure. But, you know, the prostitute's not around anymore. That's the only witness. Don't know what happened to her. Allegedly. Yeah. It's fucking smooth as silk. Whatever the video is showing is hopefully at least a good representation of what's going on in my VR headset. It's really smooth. And I'm getting way less artifacts with the higher resolution. So, I don't know. I might even push it a little bit more. See how high I can get it without like diminishing returns, you know what I mean? But right now, I think I hit a sweet spot of visual clarity, visual quality, and performance. Because nothing's really slowing it down. You know when you roll your plane and you get a little stutter every now and again when you're rolling? Yeah, that's not happening anymore. It's smooth. My Australian friend in high school used to say, smooth as a gravy sandwich. I still think he made that up himself. He says all the Australians say it. I'm like, I've never met another Australian who said that or admitted to saying that. How low can you go? Not that low. Oh, my pilot's gone. Because I'm not on the beta anymore. The beta put the pilots in the third-party aircraft. They put them back anyway. But I can get the stock pilot, I think, if I do this. Yep, I got the stock pilot back. The Hughes XF-11. Is that like one of those just experimental fucking rocket planes? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, that sounds just immensely unnecessary, but whatever. Sure. Jesus, I don't know if I can deal with all that. Right, right. Yeah, like a bomber seat or something like that. Kinky. Who makes it? Yeah. Yeah, who makes it? Why do you always gotta make it weird? I'm still waiting for the Echo 19 P51 sound mod, man. I am so looking forward to it not sounding like this. I want to hear that. Yeah, the textures are definitely muddier and flying fries. Fries as in like fried potatoes fries? Flying fries. Okay. Never. I'll check it out. It's just, you know, like it's like anytime I start looking at new aircraft, I'm like, all right, what are the chances I'm going to fly this more than once? You know what I mean? I don't like downloading things and then keeping them in my hard drive for fucking years if I'm only going to fly it once. Because I have too many of those sitting around, you know? But, you know, and it's just, it's like you have your favorites. Yeah, you start to get your favorites and you start flying them all the time. And you're like, fuck everything else. Like for a good long while, Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 was just a helicopter sim. That's all it was, and it was only for like 2 helicopters. It was like for a good year. That's all I did in it. Just fly those 2 helicopters. And the 145 was one of them. Whee! Let's just do a little hot dogging. Oh! Blew it. That'll take a second to get to your screen, but I would have died. Survived that one. Would have died there, though. Boricua. Luke Xavier. What are you flying, Luke? Bell 407, DA62. So which one is it? Is it a DA62 or is it a Bell 407? God damn it. It looks like a DA62. Yeah, that looks like an airplane to me. Oh, you'd be a dead man if this was World War II, buddy. Yeah, and performance was slightly better in slightly to a little bit more than slightly better than in the non-beta. Oh god, yeah, I would have died right there too. Ooh. Getting a lot of artifacts there, going that fast. Yeah. Totally, level of detail is diminished. But whatever, we know what to look forward to if they ever get this beta working right. Oh, did ya? Because when I came back out, I was like, when you said that, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get out of it too, because it's just like not even fun anymore. And I did my part. I reported my bugs, and you know, I did my part. I'm not getting paid for any of this shit. Fucking beta testing and getting annoyed every fucking day because I crash. So anyway, so why'd you go back in?
Just to test
The latency?
yeah, because I mean, like I said last night on my hard connection, like I was getting between like 40 and 50 milliseconds.
Yeah, well,
And
you know,
today
because you're on a hard
it jumped up
connection.
to 100.
On Ethernet, it jumped up on to 100?
Yes.
Huh, that's weird. Well, yeah, that's bizarre. All right, I'm thinking the Openkneeboard is a working piece of software right now. I'm thinking the crashes I've had were, but then again, who knows? Is straight up the sim crashing, but and the sim might crash again, or Openkneeboard might crash. It's just I can't tell right. This is only my third flight with 2 crashes, but you know, I've been in the air for a little while. I'm not experiencing any weirdness. It seems to be running fine. It's updating, right? Let me type in something else in there. Yep. Yep, that showed up in my headset, so. I'm happy to be able to stream again and have everything work the right way. At the beginning, when this game first came out, it was just horrible during streams. It looked like ass. The network code was not streamlined enough to stream and stream in the game data. It was just fucking everything up. But now it looks fairly decent on the stream, and it's still not as smooth as what's going on in my headset, but you know, there's a couple of factors involved with that. But it's still pretty good. Not nearly as bad as it used to be. So is that guy just sitting in an airliner in the middle of the city? Alright, now he's gone. Or did he just disappear because I'm too far away from him now? Yeah, that's another thing the beta fixed is like the distances. You can see name tags and stuff. They fixed the elevated landing pad bug. They fixed the name tags, the distance for name tags. What else did they fix? Performance is better. Terrain level of detail is better. But then all the other bugs that added up didn't make those fixes worthwhile, you know? Because they just created a whole bunch of new bugs that are actually kind of game breaking, you know? Like losing electrical in the middle of a flight. Not particularly awesome, historically, from an aviation standpoint. Whee. Yeah, I do love me my P-51, man. I'm gonna try the Corsair again, just because maybe I'll just not do it from cold and dark. Have you've been able to cold and dark it?
I have not ever cold dark.
Oh, really? Yeah, because yeah, it's like the Corsair in particular is a very particular startup method, and I couldn't cold and dark it, so maybe I'll try it straight off the runway. But it's the same with the P-51. I can't cold and dark this one either in 2024. It just won't start. And I go through every procedure correctly, and you know.
Are you still flying?
Yeah, I'm still flying. I'm in the air.
And you're around Oakland, right?
I am at Half Moon Bay right now. Yeah, so I'm close by.
And I doubt we'll be able to see each other, but I just wanted, I'm going to load in.
No, you should be able to see me. I might not be able to see you. But the beta, you can see everybody.
Okay, I'm going to launch.
All right, what are you flying? I mean, I think we should be able to see each other because people in the beta and not beta were flying together in Joel's flight, and everybody was able. Well, I think everybody was able to see each other, or we were just all talking on Discord, so maybe it just didn't matter. But what are you gonna fly? Jump at a P-51, dude. Yeah, I'm right about to overfly SFO, so yeah, I'll be in Oakland in 2 seconds.
I really like the P-47 as well.
Yep, I got that. I've got a P-47, so maybe if I see you, I'll... Yeah. Some guys like big butts, and they cannot lie. Because I'm long, and I'm strong, and I'm down to get the friction on. Sir Mix-a-Lot. He's still alive, right? So I see some people at the airport, but I've got to be pretty close to them, like within 3 miles, 3 miles, before I see their tags. Alright, I'm flying across the bay now.
I see. I see you.
Yeah, it just looks great. Everything looks really good. Okay. Is that where it usually is?
No, no, it's a. Well, last night I had it. I think that was awesome. We were flying and out in the middle of nowhere.
Right. Well, did you, there you are, I see you. P51D. Right on. Alright, I saw you at around 4.5 miles, 5 miles. And you don't cold and dark, right?
No.
Alright. Let me turn on the lights here a little bit. It's a little dark. Yep, see, toolbar just came right up. Let's see if I see you as an actual P51 though, and not like a fucking airliner. Are you? You're in a pause menu. You're setting up your controls. Hey, you're a P51. Sweet. I have a special. I have a custom livery though. Do you see me as a P51? Or hopefully you have the same custom livery. It's the Tom Cruise P51 livery. Why not? He's an aviation fan. He owns a P51. He is kind of, but at the same time, he has a cool P51, and I liked his livery, and I got it. It's a fucking paint job, dude. The guy's a weirdo for sure, but you know what am I gonna? He makes some fun movies, and he has a cool plane. Uh oh. Come on, man. I'm like watching you struggle down there. Whoa. What happened to my view? Alright, there we go. Where? Well, I'm chilling. Okay. Uh-huh. It's fucking bullshit, dude. Yeah, it's yeah, right. I wouldn't right. I mean, with Wi-Fi 6 it should be even lower than that, honestly. But I don't know. You're gonna crash, dude. Did you make it out of that? Yeah. No. No, the P-51 does not fly realistically. But it's fun to fly. Oh, you would have been dead if this was World War II and we were on different sides. I do have quite a bit of dogfighting experience in these flight sims. I don't play DCS though, which is weird. Because I am like the perfect kind of candidate for that game. Yeah. A Mooney? Boo. Yeah, 'cause it's probably the custom livery, like I said. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Openkneeboard works now. Yay! It's been... I was waiting for them to make it work with DirectX 12 for like a year. I use it for another game, but it's a DirectX 11 game, so it works perfectly for that game in VR. Oh, I might not make it out of this. Oh no. Assetto Corsa. Oh, fuck. Yep, I knew it. I blew it. That's what I get for not paying attention. Oh. That's right, I have to... Nah. Well, then I would be affected, right? Everybody would be affected. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Yeah, your encoder and your bit rate might not be in sync. You know what I mean? And that creates latency. So you got to make sure you're giving yourself enough of bit rate to handle whatever you're encoding. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that's it's way too low. Well, change your codec. What? How many? There's AV1. There's how many different codecs do they give you? No, but what other ones are there? HVC, right? Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Your codec has to, I mean, your bit rate has to be enough to be able to handle the encoder. So that's the HVEC or the H2 or H264 or AV1. Those are encoders. So you need to have enough bit rate throughput for the amount of data that it's encoding. And if you don't, 200 is too little. You got to be at least at 500. So I suggest you switch to whatever lets you. Exactly. And see, this is all coming from someone who doesn't even own a Quest 3, but I do know a thing or two about optimizations for it. Meow. Oh, man, my sim is so fucking smooth right now. You don't have to restart the sim or anything? Oh, you just probably restart the headset. Yeah. Yeah, and you just gotta restart the headset or something, right? Or does it just take it right away? I would just turn it off and on and off just to be sure, but whatever. I don't know. It's like anytime I change any shit like that is worth a reset of the device for me. All right. Yeah, right. Hey, you're moving again. How's your latency now? Anything different in the sim? Does it look better, run better? I don't know. Smoother? Not smoother? Alright. Well. Yeah, that's just like their OpenXR implementation is supposed to be the best one, and it's not. Not even close. Right. Yeah. Oh, rest in peace. You want to take a flight somewhere? What? VTOL, yeah. Yeah, you know what I don't like about VTOL VR? Is that I can't use my HOTAS. Yeah, and it fucking the VR controllers with the reverb suck ass. So there's that. And I want to use my HOTAS anyway, even if they didn't suck ass. I'd still prefer using my fucking flight stick throttle. No. No. Nuclear option. Are you just gunning your fucking throttle, dude? Because I have to be at full throttle just to keep up with anything you do. Yeah.
which is a hot thing for sure.
Uh-huh. So that's a yes.
Well, this throttle only has two recognized positions, forward and back.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, I was watching you the whole way down.
Really fucking hard. There's a nuclear option, but it's in doubt. It's gonna be storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, nuclear option lets you fly, aircraft, and yeah, I guess it's got to have like a, but you can use nuclear weapons and blow shit up.
In VR?
Yeah.
I think I did see something about that. I think I did see somebody posted a video of, he's like, have you ever wanted to see a nuclear explosion in VR? Play this game. And I'm like, okay, that looks actually kind of fun for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's, I mean, there's dogfighting, there's missiles, there's all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I haven't, well, no, I haven't put that yet.
Well, I mean, I'll check it out as in do a little research on it.
I'm gonna have to check my, some another website I like, it's called Fit for Repacks.
Okay.
So you can pretty much find most anything there.
Most anything meaning, like, in regards to,
Games.
like, an everything bagel with lox and cream cheese.
Yeah.
All right, right on. I'll check them out. I'm kind of hungry right now.
I'm jumping into the XF11.
Oh, all right.
Probably won't be able to see it,
No, I won't.
but it doesn't matter. I can't see your thing anyway. But what would be funny to see is can you keep up?
Well, probably not. I mean, that thing is like a rocket, isn't it? Oh no, that's a 7 fucking engine prop plane. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to keep up with it, dude.
That's the P-38. That's the size of a B-17 almost.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna gain a lot of altitude right now. Just saying.
Yeah, but that's 8 bladed props.
Oh, 8 bladed props. Okay, that's a lot of blades. It could be compensating, perhaps.
And it has, freaking ginormous landing gear to get it high enough off the ground and go to the blades where
Where are you taking off from?
that same place.
All right. I'll just be about 10,000 feet by the time you take off, at least. Yep, I see you down there. And I am just crossing 10,000 now. See now if you can keep up with me, motherfucker. Man, I was just thinking, like, if you plucked me out of time 2 years ago, then I had the exact same hardware in my system 2 years ago. Um, and you put me in my VR headset and I booted up this sim, I wouldn't believe you if you told me I'm running on the same hardware. Like, it's just that much better than it was 2 years ago in 2020. You taking off yet or what? Looks like you're just sitting there. So do you have to configure your controls every single time you start up a plane?
Hi, Christine.
I care.
How much snow do you got?
Oh, he's taking off. Yeah, you're catching up to me too in the climb. That's crazy. I'm starting to level off now. Wow, that thing's powerful.
But I actually broke it in forward flight just because I had the throttles maxed out.
Jesus Christ, you're just pulling away. I'm full throttle with only like a 5-degree incline. I'm going about 350 miles an hour. And you're just doing whatever in that thing. Well, yeah, I would imagine. It's pretty big, right? Ooh, that's the largest loop I've ever seen. Alright, I'm going to be flying towards, flying up north. Hmm. Oh, they probably built it quick. I mean, it's a prototype, right? It's not even. It's not like it ever went into mass production or anything. So, yeah. I mean, it's just, like I said, that sounds like a whole bunch of unnecessary. Like, what would be the role of something like that? And
It was designed to be a extremely high-speed reconnaissance airplane.
yeah, okay. What's the fastest you can max it out at?
I was doing over 450
450 knots.
miles per hour.
Miles per hour. Okay. So I can do, like right now, I'm at full throttle, and I'm leveled off, doing about 350 miles an hour. And how high am I? I'm at what, 14,000 feet almost. Yeah, just inching towards 400. Like I can hit like 550 in a dive without too much buffeting. Yeah. Well, just it'd be lower. It'd be less rich. So, and we're not even that high though. We're only at 14,000 feet. This is actually 15,000 I'm at right now. But this is where I would start leaning it out. But I wouldn't even lean it that much. Yeah. Now I'm like doing about 375 right now. 375, but I've lowered my manifold pressure to like 46, 45, 46 at 2,700 RPM. Yeah, I'm gonna start diving.
See, I think I broke it somehow because it's like I keep just losing airspeed like crazy.
Huh. Wow, how fast are you going now?
So I'm down to under 230 knots.
Wow. But a second ago you were like going out of like a bat out of hell. See what you get for blowing your engine up? See, I try never to be at full throttle unless I'm intending to do like a max climb or something. But for general flying, I just fly around at slightly higher than recommended cruising speeds. It keeps me out of most trouble. All right. Well, I'm actually headed towards Petaluma. I'm going to land this thing there. That's 069 is the IKO. But I'm landing it there, so, and I'm probably about, I don't know, less than 10 minutes away, 5 minutes away. Because I think I'm done testing for now. I'm going to get something to eat, grab a whiskey, figure out my next move to take over the world. Yeah, I gotta find that Corsair and slap her back in the community folder and see if she works later on. But yeah, I'll start it from the runway. I do like starting the Corsair though because it is such a unique startup procedure. Takes a couple minutes, but it's fun if you're into that, simi type stuff. Like, and I rarely like start from the runway unless I'm testing. I usually cold and dark everything I fly a lot. You there?
Yeah.
What are you gonna load into?
I am in Horton 229.
Roger.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Cause, right. Yeah, that's the beta. That's the beta. I can't see you. I can't see anybody around me. Alright, I'm closing in on my runway. Which direction are you flying from? Are you? Oh, did you take off from Oakland again? All right. So you'll be to the south of me. Yeah, I don't see anybody back there. Nice. Jesus. Sure. Right. Just made. Right. Okay. Gotcha. Right. Okay. Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh huh. Right. Look at that. There you go. Yeah, I see you now. You're less than 3 miles. Had a fairly good landing. I didn't freaking come in too fast. Wow. Alright, man. My testing is over for right now. So I'm gonna go fucking get the hell out of this VR headset. Alright, man.
Taking over the world. What's that? What game was that?
Oh no, that's not a game, my friend. That's real life. Alright, man. I'll catch you later, brother.
Roger that.
Have a good flight.